According to journalismreviews.com, there are over 85,000 people flocking to Vegas each year to watch magic shows. That's about two of my entire hometowns moving all the way across the country just to watch a magic show and pay hundreds of dollars for a seat. That should show you the insane amount of interest people have into watching magic shows and magic performances. And ever since I was a little kid, I've been watching so many of these magic performances I can't even begin to count, especially from two of my favorite magicians, Penn and Teller. And also, since I was a little kid, I've been trying to recreate many of these tricks using only a simple deck of cards. So today I'm going to be showing you a magic trick from Penn and Teller that I learned from their masterclass. It's a very basic trick. It doesn't require any fancy skills such as sleight of hand, any fancy tools, only a deck of cards. And by the end of this, you should be able to perform it flawlessly and hopefully impress your friends next time you have a deck of cards laying around. So to begin this trick, I'm going to move my camera down so you can see my hands. You only need 21 cards, but for the sake of the audience, you're going to start with a whole deck of cards, maybe give it a good shuffle, just so your audience knows that you're not up to any funny business, and you're going to count out 21 cards. There's 21 cards. You can set the rest of the deck to the side for the rest of your performance. You can give it a good shuffle again if you feel so inclined, just to show the audience that nothing tricky is going on. Next, you're going to fan out your cards. As most magic tricks start, you're going to fan out your cards and ask the audience to pick a certain card. And during this performance, you, the magician, will not know what card they have picked, but for the sake of teaching, I am obviously going to know which card was picked. So here we have the 6 of diamonds. You can put it back into the deck wherever you would like or wherever the audience would like. Give it a good shuffle again until your heart's content. And then we come to the first crucial step of this trick. You're going to take your cards face side up, and you're going to ask your audience to remember where your card lands, because you're going to be creating 3 evenly spaced piles. So the audience should be able to remember where their card lands, which deck it lands in. There's the 6 of diamonds in this deck. So now you're going to ask your audience, which deck did your card land in? And they're going to say this deck. So the next crucial step of this trick is to make sure that this deck is, that you're sandwiching this deck in between these other 2 decks. So inconspicuously, you're going to put your cards back into a deck, but you're going to make sure that the deck their card was in is in between the other 2 decks. Then you're going to repeat this process. Ask the audience to pay attention to where their card lands. There's the 6 of diamonds to my left. So ask the audience again, where did your card land? They're going to say this deck. And again, you're going to make sure it's sandwiched in between the other 2 decks. Repeat this process one more time. There's the 6 of diamonds. And things to avoid while you're doing this is make sure the audience doesn't know that you're specifically stacking the deck in the manner that you are. So you want to be very inconspicuous, act like you don't care which deck goes where, just to misdirect your audience and not alert them to the fact that you are stacking the deck in a specific manner. So now this is the easy part of the trick. Their card should be the 11th card in this deck. So you're going to count out 10 cards. In the next card, the 11th card should be their card, the 6 of diamonds. So it's a pretty simple trick, very easy to learn. All you need to do is make sure that the deck, or that the audience does not know how you're specifically stacking the deck, because that step is very integral to the trick, and it's a major part. It's basically the biggest part to how this trick all comes together. So by the end of this video, you should now know how to perform that basic magic trick. It's very simple. You only need a deck of cards, and hopefully you'll be able to impress your friends next time you have a spare deck of cards laying around. So, as I mentioned before, I learned this trick from Penn and Teller, and according to Forbes.com, Penn and Teller are both worth $30 million, over $30 million. So, I don't know how much interest you have in magic. You may just want to learn the basics or one of these basic tricks with only a deck of cards, but if you work hard enough, maybe someday you'll be as successful as Penn and Teller. Here, I'll show you my bibliography.